Hey guys, doing Eric here. Today is Thursday, April 12th, 2018. Kind of just a normal spring day up here in Gilpin County. Watching some interesting videos on my days off here. Basically about the whole fucking questioning the whole nature of reality, basically. Our whole existence here on Earth. Thinking about just our whole existence in general, man. There's so many possibilities of to what really could be going on, from living in a computer simulation to a holographic universe to, man, there's so many different theories of what reality really is based on, you know, all the way down to the fact that, you know, it could just be what it is, you know. I'm not ruling that out either. The physical reality could be all that there is, but I really don't think so. I think the physical reality is kind of like a dream world more than an actual physical. The only reason why we have a physical reality is because of its could be a computer program, you know, like playing a video game, and anything that's programmed into the video game cannot be changed in this reality. So that therefore all physical matter appears to be physical and real, and you know, that could be true, man. There's so many possibilities. I just, you know, just questioning it all, you know. Well, they have us trapped into this physical reality. They want us to believe in it, you know. So the powers that be that run the world, they want us to be caught up in their fucking religious dogma, you know. They really want us. They brainwash us from the time we're young. You know, most humans are forced into religion, and you have to believe. That's the big problem I have with religion, is there's a leap of faith there. You know, you must believe in faith. You know, you got to have faith in a word that's written down in a book, you know, without any real proof of it. That's my problem with religion. And if you don't believe in it, if you don't have faith, then you're a bad person and you're going to go to hell for not believing in the fucking word of God, you know. I think that whole thing, that whole Christian Bible bullshit, it's all based on control, man. Just because of the fact that you got to believe in it, you got to have faith in it, even though there's no proof of it. So yeah, but really, you can't really prove anything. You know, it's impossible to prove anything that explains our existence in this reality. You know, whether it could be just a fucking simulation. You know, a lot of really smart people think that the possibility that we're living in the base reality, they call it the true base reality, and not a simulation from that true base reality, is like 1 in a billion. That this reality is. We're living in the base reality and not a simulation of a simulation of a simulation of a simulation. It could go on forever. It's quite fascinating, really. There's one theory that our universe was created by beings in another universe, which is created by beings in another universe, and it goes on almost to infinity, like pulling out Russian dolls, you know, that one fits inside the other, fits inside the other, fits inside. That's another very interesting. Another one that it's like a projection, a 3D projection. You know, it's like a hologram. Could be, man. It's really fascinating stuff. You know, I know there's something more going on than what you know, what we're taught to believe, that, you know, this world is all that there is. It's only, you know, just one. This is it. This physical reality. There is nothing else. And that's what the fucking people in this world want us to believe. They want us trapped here for you know, lifetime after lifetime after. One very interesting theory that I was hearing about was, there's every universe is paired with an exact opposite universe. So you're born into this universe. You grow old and die. You know, your body breaks down. It's a universe of entropy, where everything breaks down and becomes destroyed in the end. And then once you're destroyed into this universe, you're sucked back into the alternate universe, which is exactly the opposite, where then you go from being weak to being strong. You know, the opposite of entropy happens, where it takes your mangled, you know, dead body and brings it back down into a, you know, into a strong, you know, the opposite happens, and then you're born back into this universe. So it's like a infinity, you know, like the figure eight. You're going from one reality to the other, back and forth, you know, over and over and over again, learning how to fight entropy in this existence is why we're here. This is the theory. So yeah, that's really interesting, and could be true, you know. Like I said, I cannot prove or disprove anything, but only, you know, consider all options, you know. That's what I'm talking about. I just find it quite interesting. Yeah, there possibly is a greater purpose to our existence here than just fucking being in this physical reality and struggling, suffering, you know, in this evil world where we're subject to all the fucking pain and suffering, you know. But it's a way of teaching our soul a lesson, basically, to overcome that, to overcome entropy, so that our universe can continue to exist, is basically how that theory goes. And there's other people that believe in the theory that they are the only consciousness. I think it's called Solipsism, where this whole existence is all a simulation, and all the other humans in here are what they call NPCs, non-player characters, like a video game, and you're the only one that really exists. It's called Solipsism. Could be true, man. I can't rule anything out. Could be that this whole thing is just a big simulation to teach my soul something, or, you know, just who knows, maybe just my soul chose to come here and play this game, just like I would choose to go and play a video game in an arcade. It's a possibility. Another very interesting theory I've heard about is that all that really exists is consciousness, and the whole rest of the world is nothing but a waveform, and nothing really exists until it's observed. That's a really interesting theory. It goes real fucking deep on that one. That, you know, what's behind me doesn't exist because I'm not observing it. It only comes into existence when a conscious being observes it. And it was proven in like the double slit theory, they call it, where, you know, when something was observed, it turned into a particle. When it wasn't being observed, it was just a waveform. So yeah, I think that one is a really fascinating theory, that all that really exists is consciousness, and without consciousness, everything falls back into a wave until it's observed again. Pretty fucking interesting, you know. The power of observation actually changes reality. That's a mind fucker. Huh, Dingo? What do you think, Dingo? Do you really exist? You fucking ain't right, I exist. But no, that wave function theory is very much like a computer simulation, like a fucking video game, you know. And when you're playing a video game, the computer only renders what's shown on the screen and what's heard in the sound. And everything else only exists as programming. Basically, would be like the waveform. It's just programming until it's rendered by consciousness. Quite fascinating, Captain. But what do I really think is going on? You know, it's hard to say, man. All of these things could be true at the same time. Could really be that it's all a matter of what you believe. You know, if you believe that living in a computer simulation, that could be true. If you believe that we were created by God, that could be true too. If you believe that aliens came down here and created us from apes. You know, the whole Anunnaki theory, that could be true also. The earth could be flat if you believe it. The earth could be round if you believe it. Basically the theory is that, but you know, whatever your consciousness believes is what manifests into your own personal reality. That's pretty very possible in my opinion, but I just don't know, man. It's something I've been contemplating, you know, what's really going on. I tend to lean towards the whole consciousness thing, that really all that exists, you know, is consciousness, and that this whole thing is just a big simulation of consciousness, you know, and we're sent here to learn something, maybe our consciousness, that we are the consciousness of the universe experiencing itself, kind of like what what's his name, Bill Hicks said, that we are the universe subjectively experiencing itself, and that's all that we really are. That's what a being is the universe manifesting into a physical reality to experience the universe itself. Interesting theories, man. I don't know, but all I know is that I believe there's a lot more going on than the physical reality, and I think it's been proven to me in my out-of-body experiences that I've had, where I had a near-death experience, and it seemed like I had left my body and I was going away, and I was tricked back into my body by these beings. And this is a true story, man. They told me I had to go back to my body, and next thing I knew, you know, they said, "Oh, you know, you can't. You're not. It's not your time." Basically, is what they told me, and that I had to go back to my body. And then I woke up back in this physical reality. But you know, through that experience, I learned that there was a lot more going on, and I've seen it myself, and it's beautiful. Death is nothing to fear. It's painless. I didn't feel nothing. It was beautiful, man. It was the most beautiful thing I think I ever experienced in my life. So, yeah, just a few deep thoughts that I've been having on my weekend here. Thought I would share with you guys a little bit about it. Still a lot more to learn. You know, I still haven't come to a final conclusion of what I really believe is going on in this existence, but also there's not just only out-of-body experiences, near-death experiences. There's also the dream world and the lucid dream world, which, you know, is very interesting. Somehow sometimes your dreams are so fucking real that you can't distinguish it from reality. You know, it's like the Matrix. They got us pinned down and asleep, and this reality is just a dream that they're feeding into our mind. That's another possibility. So yeah, so many possibilities to consider other than just the actual real physical reality, and that God created us, and if we don't believe it, we're gonna go to heck when we die. Some stuff to contemplate in your mind there. Some food for thought. Anyways, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon. But it's kind of interesting because I had that out-of-body experience, that near-death experience, and it really changed my whole reality. I could have died right there, and it would have been great. I would have never fucking missed life whatsoever. But on the other hand, my brother, he was in a coma for like quite a while, like a month or so after he had a motorcycle accident. And the way he explained it is that there was nothing. It was just darkness. There was really no experience, he said, from it. He was just like dead, and there was nothing going on in his mind. It was just blank black darkness. And maybe that proves that my brother is a fucking NPC. Maybe that's why he didn't have any experience when he was in a coma, because he really is a soulless non-player character. I mean, he might see this one day and say, man, how the fuck could you say that about me? But, you know, it's just from my observations of what he's done in his life and his near-death experience where he was actually dead and they brought him back to life. He would, you know, if it wasn't for modern medicine, he would have been dead. I mean, he was, in all intents and purposes, he was dead, and somehow he came back to life. So yeah, it's pretty fucking fascinating shit, man. That whole thing kind of blows my mind, man. That maybe possibly he is an NPC. But yeah, because I've heard other people talk about people close in their family that they suspected were non-player characters in their lives. Anyways, yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about this for now. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you guys soon.